Hey y'all, Steph might have lost track of time. Hey y'all, welcome in. I know I literally just went into stream, went into yeah, y'all. It's been a long, almost 2 weeks, whatever. Y'all, welcome in. Mister is just off screen. I need to at least go like brush my hair, throw it up, whatever, because well, that's what I do. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. Mister, say hi to people.
Hey everyone. Hey Jessica. Hey Robin. Hey everyone else that hasn't said hi yet. I was sitting there just relaxing in the easy chair, and Steph goes, "Shoot, that's scheduled for 5, and there's already people in the chat." So yeah. Needless to say, we just kind of, you know, lost track of time. Um, you're back, Jessica. Steph will be out here real shortly. She went to go, I think, throw her hair up or whatever real quick because yeah, we literally was just lounging in the living room. Um,
What's going on, Mister?
oh, nothing.
Okay.
Hi,
I asked
Selena.
something and you were quiet, so I figured I'd ask.
I was reading.
You was reading. All right. Let's see.
Hey, Giovanni.
Hey Giovanni, welcome in. Y'all, Steph is fashionably late. I totally lost track of time. I was networking over there on Tuber Chat. Not even gonna lie, y'all. So I actually quite literally, I guess, made my decision on whether we were going to have a Sunday sunflower show or not. Y'all, we're running on fumes, have been. Not complaining, just explaining. Thank y'all for being here. Give me just a second. I just had to grab some meds. I gotta grab a drink.
That's why I was heading to figure out where my drinks went last night.
Yeah, Lord have mercy. I probably took it to the bathroom with me. And then I need to take a prescribed one too. You don't see it in the bathroom. All right, well, we're on the look. Lord, Petey, thank you, buddy. Petey had it. All right, y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to do things a little bit different today. Honestly, towards the end of last week, I know we're still on Sunday, but I was thinking, hey, Steph, you need to start selling on Sundays. That's really just going to be a reality, y'all. We'll get into that here in a minute. I just need to focus on which med I need to be actually taking. So, welcome to Sunday, y'all. Sunflower Sundays. Sunflower Sundays can be anything we want it to be. We can do cooking videos, not videos, but meal prep, all that good stuff. We can talk about budgets. We can do a lot. We can have a sale. It's not going to happen today, y'all. As much as
For one, I ain't got space for everything.
yeah.
As you see behind everyone's packages.
This is what y'all can see. You can't see the two. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's two more levels below that. Um. So I guess no rest for idle hands, right? Y'all ever heard about idle hands? I'm not talking the horror flick. Sorry, y'all. I've got to take meds so I don't forget them.
Prayers, it's not broke, Lena.
Give me a second. Y'all, give me a second. I've got to be able to read this, and the heart's in the way. So. Oh, goodness. Huge prayers, Lena, for real, girl. Huge prayers. Thank you, Jessica. Y'all, I honestly felt like I probably, and I know Mr. needs rest too. However, I'm not just gonna cancel a show when I've got 4 more in and all that. So just know tonight's nonchalant. We're just gonna roll with it. Uh, we have a better chance of having a back porch event within reason. So no questions as far as details to Mr.'s health crisis. That will be a back porch event. Period. End of story. He's not ready, and neither am I for that. So. Y'all, I haven't even checked PayPal to see if everybody paid. Because really,
Invoices kind of rolled out.
invoices rolled out yesterday, and then the small handful I had, that I needed to wait till this morning till I had some rest to add the shipping and make sure I had everything weighed, all that good stuff. It had to wait till today. Y'all, I think everyone I invoiced today paid, so thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think we're just gonna get caught up from December, y'all. As far as what's happened, as best we can, and then we just go from there. So first and foremost, Mister, do you remember what day this month that you learned that work was no more?
I don't know the exact.
I think it
was a Monday.
Yeah, I think it was the first Monday of the month.
And it was like the first Monday.
And they give y'all what, 30 days?
30 days that turned into
less than
9 days.
Yeah.
Well, no, turned into 13 days. Sorry.
If it turned into 13, would have been 14, but life happens, y'all, and so they did complete the show. Yeah, we're not gonna discuss people's stuff like that today. So I don't have the bandwidth to do it, y'all. So
yeah.
If you need a back porch event, there will be one scheduled. That's where that stuff's appropriate for. No announcing. This is just going to be a reminder just because it kind of come on y'all. When we are on live auction, that means people are bidding and or there's someone on the screen sharing on my channel what they're showing to sell. Please don't come into my auction and announce health issues. If you need prayers, that's one thing, but don't come into my auctions and announce health issues or death notices. That's been a role of mine from the moment I created this channel.
Yeah, because we actually had it happen on.
I've had it happen a few times, and I'll tell you, as a military family, we don't do the ups and downs like that. We just don't. Now, if you're struggling, if you need somebody, whatever, that's one thing. But if you're able to comment on my channel, you're capable of going live on yours. Not you, Lena. Not you. Not anyone actively in chat. Just saying, y'all. But since it did just kind of come up, I figure I better squash that one in the butt.
No, you're good. You were just asking for prayers.
Yeah, asking for prayers, saying, hey,
And this isn't an auction anyhow.
And this isn't an auction, which is why we're able to talk about it anyways. Yeah, no, you're good, Lena. It's just easier when we're not live selling, when we don't have collabs to be able to nip that one in the butt. Y'all, tensions are high, I think, about in most households. This week should be a week of celebrating, and for a great many people, for a great many reasons, whether it's this year, whether, a lot of reasons. This year isn't. This year don't resemble a whole lot, right? Like for us, we're 3/4 empty nested. No one's coming home. I'm not sad. Um, I'm just because of our health emergencies.
No, you can do prayers. Just don't come in and say that so and so has just passed away or whatever.
Yeah,
it just brings the mood down.
It just brings the mood down. When we're live selling, we're there. We're doing what we can. I can't go out and work a 9 to 5 job. I actually do have limitations, and I actually am disabled. It's not just a statement. It isn't just a signature from doctors. The government even decided Steph's pretty damaged. With that said, I don't bring that to light because it's not what I want people to know me by. I want them to know me by who you've grown to know me by. So yeah, prayers, it don't matter if we're live selling or not. Asking for prayers, that's all right. But coming in and saying, hey, I just severed my leg. Well, for one, you should probably call 911, right? If you have a diagnosis, take it to your channel. I'm not trying to sound cold, but don't do it during live sell. I'm not trying to sound cold, but I'm willing to be misunderstood at this point in 2025 because a lot of people have twisted what I've had to say to begin with. Sorry, y'all. There's that rant. I'm off the soapbox. Thank you for letting me get there. I will tell you most certainly the last 10 days has reminded me who is solid in my life. I'm not talking availability, but I'm talking solid. So if you were a poster, not talking to anyone active chat, I'm talking more about the people who are going to either lurk or come back and watch this. Most certainly, we're good. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and thank you for the watch hours. But Steph's done. Steph is done. When I'm done with someone, I am done. So
positive.
Thank you. Now positivity. Positivity. Y'all, would you look at these boxes? Mr. really did insist that not only did he have the ability, but the capability of helping with invoicing, packing, shipping. So that has actually occurred. There's packages here. There's packages here. Nothing is sealed because everybody who has ordered from me, y'all didn't know this. You're going to learn it now. So if you bought from me over the course of the last 2 weeks, hey, Crafty Witch 232, Andy,
hey,
girl,
Crafty.
Good to see you. Y'all are getting some extras in your boxes. Why? Because I tell you what, you cannot buy genuine good people that are just there to lift you up without anything, right? They're just there because that's who they are. And I appreciate everyone that stayed true and understood. I just couldn't add a whole lot of detail other than Mr. was in a health crisis. Let's see what else. So yeah, everybody's packages will be going out before Christmas, hopefully. I have a few that reached out and said, Steph, don't worry about it till after Christmas. It's not a big deal. So yeah, there's that. And let's see, what else? I don't know. Y'all, is Robin still here?
Yes, come in.
Robin. It arrived, girl. It arrived. Y'all, I had put an SOS out to fellow resellers in our YouTube community to see if someone had a device. It didn't have to be fancy. It just had to function. That girl sent me. I did not do a live unboxing. Why? Because I'm not in a place to do live unboxings right now.
So that answered our question that you were going to email her about.
What's that?
She put hold mine until after.
Oh, girl, I was gonna hold yours till after, but if you get this crazy like thing that says, "Hey, your items are ready to ship," I don't want to hear it because I know how much this costed to send, and I know you did it all the goodness of your heart, girl, and I appreciate you so much. And we'll tell you something. When we were coming back up here to the Flint Hills, we were just actually didn't we go when we went back when we went to go to Tulsa to pick up our daughter-in-law's vehicle because she had surgery. Didn't we go through Emporia?
Yes.
And then we hit the edge of it coming back again. So yeah, girl, I think about you every time I go that way.
Not too bad she didn't still live in Kansas.
I know, right? But yeah, I'll hold yours, Robin, until after Christmas. That's not a problem whatsoever. Oh, y'all. I haven't typically. We're gonna talk business. I kind of talked about the channel and just a reminder on when we're in live auction, especially when I have a collab, the etiquette see as far as what to put or not put in chat. Any other times, all right. If y'all need something to speak about something, the best time to do that is before the sale starts.
Hey, Jennifer.
Or towards the end of the sale, right? When we're just chit-chatting it up, when we've got the time. This last week, we've quite literally pretty much been hitting the end button. Why? Because life has been to an extreme. That's what happens when life is in crisis, health-wise. You know, you do what you can, and you get out. So that's what we've been doing.
I'm blaming it all on bad genetics, all the way around.
Bad genetics.
Bad genetics.
And maybe stuck its stuff up for another day to deal with. And then it all added up. Remember what the doctor that saved your life in 2019 said about stress?
Mm-hmm. Stress kills.
So does depression.
True story.
Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to not be in active chat really quick because I want to do something. I asked a great majority of who's in active chat right now or who was here, because it doesn't show who's still active or whatever, unless you're in active chat. Let's go to Mr. Steph's. Mr. Steph is learning about this now, y'all. Woo woo, Mr. You are at 51. You're at 51. Cool. Congratulations.
Awesome.
All right, so let me make sure my volume's down. I asked last week when I was having a rough day if y'all would go over in Mr. Steph's, hit the thumbs up on his content, and leave a comment. It didn't matter as long as it was positive, right? So, Amy, if you're in chat, y'all, I'm just going to start calling off names. If you're not in active chat, sorry, it's going in your box. Okay, so Amy, you got one. When I get Mr., you'll get it, I promise you. Sarah, you get one. That is my channel sticker, y'all. Jessica, girl, I don't know how many I've sent you, but if I haven't sent you enough, you're getting another one. Carolee, you're getting one, girl. Thank you. Kelly M. Whoop, whoop. Kelly M. And then I said Carolee, right? Yep. Kraken's getting one. And Variety Trading Card. And that's the one I giggled on. I think the other day I told y'all because I looked at the comments while we were live. This is what made me giggle. Variety Trading Card Collector. But I saw a horror movie that started like this. Oh, well. So you're going to get one as well, y'all. Y'all, there's a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff they don't put on their YouTube channel, and I can respect that.
Yeah, Jennifer had put, when we're talking, depression and stress, and Jennifer goes, and unfortunately, the holidays brings both of those.
And many of you know, directly or indirectly. Let's see, we're on Sunday, so 8 days ago, depression almost claimed Mister. And that's as far as we're going with it. So, yes, he still has his almost 10 years of sobriety.
Yep.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. We happen to be out of state, so not knowing how another state handles people in crisis, it was a stressful weekend, and I'll tell you what, I was a hot mess on Monday. So if you tuned into that lifestyle and you've seen how much it was for me to keep things balanced, no, I did my very best. A lot can be said by those who choose to collab with me, and that is Don's channel, and that's Finding Treasures. Because I'll tell you something, they honestly, they know more now if they're listening, and I know Don was still live with Francine a little bit ago. They didn't ask questions. They said, Steph, we're here to support. And I can respect them for that. So I need to get back over so I can see active chat, y'all. I'm still over here at Mister's. So I was telling Mister earlier, let me get this back to active. It's spinning on me. Yeah, Selena, we're not on a live show tonight whatsoever, so you can talk about it, honey. So hopefully that answers. I'm not sure when you commented that, hun, but yes, you're good. It's just when we're live selling, think about it. If y'all have I've got this little space and want to stand, but this box is literally right behind me. I keep hitting it. It's fine, Mister. It's fine.
I can pull it and come over.
All right. Let's see.
Let's pull that 6x6.
Yeah.
We'll slide around.
That'll work.
6x6.
Yeah, most certainly. I think most people know I have faith, whatever you want to call it, right? It's all one being, no matter what name we call it. But just when we're in live sales, I know other resellers can understand, some people just don't understand when not to come in and say something. Auction could be high level of energy, and someone could come in and zap it, and I just can't. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. Life does happen in real time, so most certainly, it's going to be a case by case basis. But I'll tell you what, you can better bet if you drop, I need 8 seconds in my active chat, I'm going to know that you need someone to talk to. What does that mean? It means if Mister has the availability, he may reach out privately, right? But if we're not in active sales, if we're at the end of the show, whatever, and you're like, hey, I just got diagnosed with a rare case of rash. I don't know, I just randomly thought that. We can discuss it. But I'll certainly tell you, I've seen behavior and I've seen my audience, some of them leave and not come back. And this is where I make the money so then I could survive while I was in Oklahoma because I didn't have the funds. There's only so much I feel comfortable asking my son for. He made sure that my nutrition was never a question. The rest of it, the re-up in inventory, that was all on me. So, this is my business, and primarily I do my business on YouTube. So, hey, Lisa, girl, give me a second. We had packages come in, and I don't remember if I had one from you.
I think so. We've got like packages everywhere. Right?
Yeah, we got packages everywhere.
I can't read that one from here.
That's from Deb's Wood Burning. Lord have mercy. I don't remember what it was I ordered.
Right here.
It's Christmas, right?
It's always Christmas.
Hey, there's Lisa's. Lisa, girl, if you got a minute, let's do your unboxing. Why? Because Steph don't know when she's going to get to it. So, honestly, I've already opened several, y'all. Why? Because it was stuff I needed to check because there might have been perishables. I need to find some scissors or a knife. Scissors or a knife. Let's just find one of my overnight bags. No, I probably moved it. Alright, it's not in there. Just give me a second. I know I put one somewhere.
There's a steak knife.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. How you doing, Lisa? Good to see you. Oh, yes, I do remember. Sorta, y'all. Stress will make you forget a lot of things you do. Not an excuse, just saying. So, whoop, whoop. Do y'all see the sunflowers?
Jessica says she's down to 162 pounds now.
Girl, you gotta slow down. You're catching up with me.
I'm sure you beat me because I was 178 at the...
Jessica. So, whoop, whoop. OMG, y'all. Ladies, can you explain to me, is it guys that make aprons or design aprons for women? The reason why I ask is it makes no sense that this part of an apron is as narrow as it is. I'm telling you, when I'm cooking,
hey, come here real quick.
I cover everything, right?
Come over here real quick and I'll show you what you've got wrong.
What? You're supposed to bib it?
It's supposed to be right there.
Alright, then Grandma always wore it wrong. Just saying.
A chef's apron always stops right at your collarbones.
Oh my goodness, y'all. If y'all was with me last week while I was in Oklahoma, you know I sewed a lot of scarves.
No, I don't know if you'll be able to get off over your head.
No, I'm not going to be able to. Mr. be getting...
There you
go. Alrighty. So, yeah, that baby is definitely not for sale. That is part
Jessica says that's for the bedroom.
I'm just going to leave that one. I'm going to behave. Girl, you just going to want to make sure your man's with you when you open your box. Just saying. I left something in there for him, too. Alright. Y'all, look how beautiful this is. Oh my goodness, I tell you, I am never disappointed. Never. And thanks from Lisa. They are exactly what they are when she shows them on the screen, except they're so much better when they arrive to you because the colors are vibrant, right? So that's part of my scarf stash that I'm making a curtain with. So... woo woo. Girl, thank you. Seriously, thank you. I've never been concerned one time when I've ordered anything from you. I know you're going to package it the way you packaged all my packages. It's going to arrive, you know, that type of thing. There is another scarf. That's another one, y'all.
It's gonna be a neat curtain.
It is. All right, I might have went a little overboard with it, y'all, but hey, if y'all have not checked out Lisa Fun Finds and her auctions, y'all, she auctions a lot on her channel and a lot on Deb's Wood Burning, and then I think it's once a month. I don't know. She is a guest over on Black Widows, and there might be one other. I don't know. Y'all, just connect with her. Seriously, hit the bell. Every time she goes live, you'll get a notification, or should. I love this one, just saying. Y'all feel a theme coming on with this stuff, just saying. When you find a good place to source, you go with it.
It's gonna be a neat curtain. It's gonna get you the rod to build it on.
Mm-hmm. And then there's that one as well. OMG, Lisa, thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Y'all, you could wear these. You can decorate with them. You could dress up your furniture with them. You can make curtains with them. That's just leftover shipping trash. So, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Jessica.
So yeah, we got packages. We've got some special packages that will be leaving in the morning. They missed Santa Claus's sleigh ride, but they're still gonna arrive, and so they should be there before New Year's, assuming that the carriers behave.
Yeah.
Y'all, I had a package. I opened, what was it, yesterday?
It came in yesterday.
It came.
Well, we picked it up yesterday because
right. It was one that came in on Friday. So yesterday was Saturday. So I didn't get the notification until after the post office was closed. And so we picked it up yesterday, and it was a package from Dawn that she had sent over 3 weeks ago. And it had bread in it. So you can better bet what that bread looked like, because it did survive. And yes, y'all, I already contacted her. I do as I asked,
That
when I asked.
Anything anyone had control over on
our
side. That was
we knew it was a missing package in circulation, so as soon as it arrived, I made sure she knew about it. In true Dawn fashion, she took care of it on her end. So, that one's mine, huh?
Yeah, that one's yours.
Until Lisa I took a drink of yours, so I'm gonna bring it to you. So, y'all, we've got a lot of changes coming. A lot of those changes we're not going to announce right now, because they're not going to all roll out next week or even the week after. It's just going to be a staging thing where new changes come in. 2026, I tried to line up much like it did 2025, and we know how 2025 behaved. So I'm taking some extra steps so then business-wise things can stay as straight as possible in the growing climate we're all living in. And so it'll be what it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I kept looking. It wasn't something I pestered my reseller for, right? Because, once it's out of our hands, once it's with the carrier, it's with the carrier. But certainly it was frustrating because there's no reason, regardless of which carrier it was sent to through, that it took 3 weeks more than it should have to have gotten here. And the frustration is, the energy it takes that goes into each order. And I mean, there was 2 pans of banana bread in there, so it was frustrating and all that good stuff. And I almost didn't say anything, but I mean, when your reseller knows that your package is lost, you just, it's just a courtesy. I'd already pretty much written it off, and not because of anything that way, but the carrier. It definitely has me concerned about a couple other packages I've got out there, but it's either going to arrive or it's not. And if it don't arrive, I ain't got to worry about the space it's going to take to have it here. I say that because we were in the middle, 2 weeks ago, we were in the middle of moving our sales area when we got the call that our daughter-in-law, that's Rue's mama, was having surgery in less than 48 hours. The importance of that is my son's a law enforcement officer, which means his hours are long. And so we needed to be able to be there with our grandson. So we dropped everything, went, thinking we were going to be back in a few days.
And life kicked us again.
Life kicked us, and it is what it is. We're going to adjust and overcome.
Yep.
I've had, let's see, well, it's mystery more than anything. Asking stuff, how are we going to make happen what needs to happen? We're just talking the day-to-day stuff, and I said, dude, I have no idea. But you know what? It's going to happen. We're going to prepare for it. We're going to do everything we need to do. Everything is going to fall into place.
I don't know.
It's almost like having a nosy neighbor, right? But that sound, I want to make sure she didn't fall.
Yeah,
Give me a second.
I could have went out there. We have a neighbor that lives alone next door, so kind of, and in a community like this, you don't really get to know a lot of your neighbors because it's all military around us. So
It wasn't her, it's U-Haul season. Remember?
I didn't think of that yet.
Yeah, if I thought about that, the sound would have made sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. I need to get a notebook or something to write with because I had this crazy idea. Y'all, I had Mr. Featured over on Tuber Chat this afternoon, this evening. That's where it was. That's why I was late getting in here. But
Pin's an interesting part.
But Kevin did the one thing I've asked all our viewers and audience to do, which is to check the featured section, because all my mods, anyone authorized to be my mod, whether it's just to drop links or, to help catch the solds, they're featured on there along with a lot of other channels that could be people I'm collabing with. I mean, I have them broke down. I've been adjusting them because, we're coming into a new year and things change as they do. And then I had this aha moment. Y'all, who wants to be featured on my channel? Who needs watch hours? Right? I can't guarantee everybody will be featured at once, but who needs watch hours? You want to pose that question in chat? Who needs watch hours?
Not on the laptop. You want me to type?
Oh, it's open over there.
Yeah.
Who is working on goals of followers? So that would be subs. I mean, the only thing I can do is feature your channel. It's up to those who click on my channel to do all the YouTube things, but certainly it does. I've seen it work in action on small channels, meaning under 50, when we've, been driving to get them to at least their 50 and beyond. So I figure I'm just probably going to scratch most of my featured and just break it down to who needs watch hours and who is needed support
to grow.
To grow. That's what Sunflower Sundays are about, is us growing as a community and as an audience for each other. So it's just an idea. If you don't want to participate, you absolutely don't have to. There are some channels I still have a issue with studio being able to put their handle in to feature them. I don't know if they have where channels can't feature them, but I can most certainly tell you, if you're an OG of mine and you haven't been featured on my community page, as far as someone just going in and be able to click on your channel and go, that's not me, that is YouTube. So yeah, Christmas is a lot crazier with mail service. I've watched where things, notifications, actually, our local one, it actually had a date later than the 17th. But my best guess on that would be is priority mail, and that was for yesterday. So yeah, if y'all want to be featured, whatever, now's a good time to say so. I'm gonna put watch hours because I've already got a list of people that I know that are an extension of our community, meaning they're ones that come in and hit the thumbs up, whether it's a live, a short, any of that. They click on the community post, maybe not daily, but I know a lot of them, they only have 1 or 2 days a week where they have free time because they work the rest of it. So they do a lot of that then. So it's just ideas.
I'll just come over here and sit.
You're fine, mister.
Come over here and hang out with my buddy.
Robin, check your email. I had one reseller this week that I buy from, we'll say monthly, because I don't buy from them every week. Their invoice actually didn't go to my PayPal. It only went to my email. I could not find it on the PayPal platform whatsoever. So check your email. It might be there, girl. Watch hours. I'm gonna put followers. I just figured before I open it up for the rest of my community, meaning people that you won't find in active chat here, I'd let y'all, if y'all needed any support with growing your channel. So let's see. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm looking for something. I had something, but Lord knows what I did with it.
What are you looking for in case I've seen it?
I had a card that had some people's names on it. So,
Haven't seen that one, so.
yeah. So, what's everyone's plans? If you want to talk about that, I do know it's a holiday season. Not everybody's got a place to go. So, definitely not trying to bring down the holiday cheer by any means, but what's everyone's plans? So. Figure I'll go through because I've got a few things for Firecracker that go in her box. Yeah, I didn't get my kids' Christmas out in time, but it'll be all right. It'll arrive, and they'll
You act like
appreciate
it
it.
would be the first Christmas that.
It's the first Christmas ever that they didn't have brand new pajamas.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I've already considered reaching out to a few of our folks over there to see if someone would do me a solid and go, if I send them money, if they go get her pajamas. But okay, so in good grief, I picked some stuff up.
Hey, pre-retirement days.
Hey, pre-retirement days, welcome in. We're just chit-chatting, and
Robin says nothing, and nothing for Christmas. Hey,
y'all,
we went and bought each other our Christmas tonight. A new pillow each.
yeah, we ended up having to run into the Little Apple earlier today, so then we could settle up on our angel. Yeah, angel.
Night, Selena.
Good night, Selena. Our angel tree family. Definitely not what I was expecting, but hey, anything's better than nothing. So we went and took care of that, and then we went into another store looking for something specific. I was just looking for budget friendly since I was having to shop retail. And it hit Mr. Hit and got me anything for Christmas. And I most certainly let him know that he's more than enough. And I wholeheartedly mean that. So I wasn't worried about it. But then I also realized I hadn't really gotten him anything. I mean, I've been buying stuff all year. Of course, where it's all at, who knows? Probably in the death pile back there in the other part of the office. So, yeah. You want to go grab it, or you want me to go grab it?
I'll go grab it.
Show y'all what we got each other for Christmas.
I'm out of chat for a minute, so.
You're good. I got some gnarly Harry Potter socks today for Firecracker. That seems to be the theme for her Christmas box this year.
So you got to show them what one I got you first, which is
Wait,
that one.
Jesus. I've got a picture. I'll share it later, y'all. Of us in the store, and we were holding each other's colors. And I said, "How the heck did this happen?" So yeah, there's Mr.'s pillow.
Turn it over.
All right, mister, you get over here. You get over here and you hold my colors up.
And then there's the one we got for Steph. And neither one of our teams are going to the playoffs this year. My team's going to be lucky if they even have a quarterback after next week. I mean, come on.
My team stomped your team on Thanksgiving. That's Christmas enough.
Wow.
Sorry, not sorry.
Wait till next year. See you in the Super Bowl.
They better all get whatever's
They're
going
going to
on.
get healthy first.
Yeah, they all need to get healthy first.
Oh, wow.
So, and hey Ace, welcome in. So, your package will be heading out this week as well, because I'm behind on everything with being in Oklahoma more than a week after I was expected to be home. I definitely had to remind myself of that. Yes, well, Friday night into Saturday with invoicing y'all was I missed an entire week in the office, and that may not be a whole lot to some people, but it made a huge difference because we had stuff up here, we had stuff we brought back from Oklahoma, and it all had to be sorted and made sure. I even had a couple invoicing errors last night. Not errors on my customer's part, meaning there's more items in their box than maybe what was invoiced for. I didn't catch it till after it was paid for, and I'm like, you know what? It's all right. It's out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the way we kind of rolled with that. I think we had maybe two of them that way, where there was at least one item missed in invoicing, and it's like, you know what?
Yeah, just went.
And it's just because I missed writing it down in the notebook last week when it was a hot mess. So yeah, your package will be arriving, but likely after Christmas. And my apologies on that. Not any of the extra kids are going to have their stuff before Christmas either. So, how you doing, Ace? Is things going well for you? I hope they are, because life been crazy here. So, those go in Firecrackers box.
Sure.
And then, it did seem right not to get candy canes.
Right, she'll eat them anyhow.
Right? So I got sours and I got Kool-Aid. So those go in.
She'll eat them anyhow.
Oh, those go too. Oh, wait. That's it. I promise. Wait, no. There's a brush missing. Sorry, mister. Y'all, welcome to Life Behind the Scenes. Alright. I think I got everything for her. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear things are good for you, man. So, things are getting shook up in Kansas and Oklahoma, but you know, it is what it is. You have 37? I thought you were higher than that, but you got 37. I imagine, I don't know if I've got you. Let me look and see. Let me look on the TV screen.
What?
Do I have Ace featured on my community? I don't remember. Give me a second, Ace. I have to look at mine. the channel. Give me just a second, Ace. It's taking me a second to look. Alright, won't be under that one. Won't be under crafting.
I thought you had him.
Yeah, he's down at the
Yeah.
bottom at Connect. Let's grow. Supporters needed. And supporters needing support. And you're at 52, mister.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
And, yeah. He is at 37, so we'll definitely drum you up. Let's see, Sarah is at 78. Britt's family fun is at 1.57. Y'all, if you don't know who I'm talking about, check my community channel out and connect. These are all great channels, and they most certainly will support, whether it's watch hours, thumbs up. Some of them will come into live, regardless if you're selling or not. Let's see. Checking one other.
All right.
Well, I'm checking to make sure that, yeah. All right. So none of the kids' channels are unsub to him. So I thought he was like 38 or 39. That's why I was checking. So, but yeah, Ace. The only thing I could encourage you to do is to drop into lives. Obviously, if you're unfamiliar with that channel, you know, just keep it short, sweet. Hi, everybody, or something like that. And as people welcome you in or whatever, you know, say hi to them and things like that. You know, there have been a few channels, Mr. actually, what, we'll say for at least 3 or 4 months, had listened to live auctions, channels I was connected to, that knew me, but didn't know Mr. Steph or Mr. Stephanie before he switched his name to Mr. Steph. And he jumped into a reality crowd one night, and one of the mods, knowing me and what was going on behind the scenes, didn't realize that Mr. had changed his name. So when he came in and said, hey, whatever, I don't remember exactly what he said, he ended up timed out. Why? Because one of those moderators thought that it was somebody else, a troublemaker, so to speak, you know. And so, yeah, it can be iffy to jump into other lives or to connect with others. I'll tell you one thing that's been working for me is commenting on other channels, other creators' content, hitting the thumbs up.
Look up anything you want.
You can
YouTube
look up
and
anything,
just start
yeah.
going and clicking.
So most certainly, but you are featured on my channel. I am gonna mix it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna take away, not take away from those featured. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all.
Bless you and consume hype.
Y'all, it is what right here at the end of December, and we haven't had a true winter yet, meaning the snow and everything. So yes, we've had freezing temperatures, but stuff still isn't fully like done for the year, so the allergies are real. You know what that was, Ace? That was
Go ahead. Talk all the crud you want. How many Super Bowls did your team have in the last 15 years?
wow, you're really gonna go there. Remind me how many your team has overall.
3.
How many does my team have?
I don't know. How many?
I think I know the answer, but I think I need a lifeline like Google right now to ensure that I'm correct. But
It's
if
like 4 or 6, isn't it?
I was thinking 5 or 6.
I know it was during the Emmett Smith days.
Yes, it was
They went
definitely
like literally over like a
Yeah.
12-year period, won like 6 of them.
Here, let me look, y'all. Let's see. I could definitely point y'all into some directions as far as channels that definitely will accelerate your growth as long as you're active, positive, and so forth. But y'all, those people are already featured on my channel, so Tuber Chat.
Shoot, Ace, our team just needs to stay healthy at quarterback. We've lost 2 quarterbacks
All right, let's
in 2 weeks.
run one. I gotta close out some tabs. I'm surprised my phone ain't having bigger issues. Alrighty, let's see. So, Dallas. Super Bowl wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I was right. So, how many Kansas City? Hey, did y'all hear what's going on with Kansas City Chiefs? They
See
know.
you later, Jessica.
See ya, Jessica. Thanks for being here, girl. Thank you for your support.
All the rumors are the Chiefs are getting ready to come from Missouri to Kansas.
All right, so specifically, the Chiefs won in 1970, 2020, 2023,
So far.
and 2024. So your team's got 4, my team's got 5. Just saying.
But how many years spread did it take your team to win?
Dude, you really want to micromanage to that level? All right, it took your team 50 years to achieve their second one.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's go back to Dallas.
Through the 80s and 90s.
Dude, it don't have it broke down like it has yours. All right, so their wins came in 2 distinctive eras.
Butkus era and
The what?
Butkus era.
The 2 under coach Tom Landry in the 1970s, and 3 in the 90s under Jimmy Johnson and Barry Schwartz.
So they won their majority with Smith and all them. That's the reason why I was asking.
Well, duh, I could have told you it was with Smith and with
Aikman.
With Emmett and Aikman and all them. So let's see. January of 72, January of 78, January of 93, January of 94, and January of 96. And I remember 96, and I'll tell you why I remember 96. It wasn't just the fact that our team was going to the Super Bowl. We watched that while sitting in ICU because Bubba was in critical condition. He didn't come out of his coma until, let's see, his coma went from the 31st of December, and he was in it for 3 months. So, yeah. That's where we watched the Super Bowl that year, was in his ICU room. It's when he had that motorcycle accident. So, alrighty, y'all. I think we're going to head out. Packages will ship. Let's see, when's Christmas? What day this next week?
Thursday.
So Wednesday or is it Thursday?
I'll tell you in a second. As soon as my phone cooperates.
So.
Christmas is Thursday.
Alright. Well, the aim is going to be to have most, if not all, out before Christmas.
Oh, and well,
at least with the carrier.
It all has to go out no later than Tuesday, because Trump declared Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas as part of the national holiday.
For real?
Same with the 31st and the 1st, our national holiday now too.
Awesome.
I need a government job really badly.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, you know what? What we were discussing when I got home, that could end in a government job.
Yeah, for Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of stuff stirring up both in Kansas and Oklahoma. Hey, Dill.
Cowboys rock. Hey, you know what? I don't really have a team I hate. I
have
Eagles
a few.
irritate me just because I think the tush push is a bull thing, and I think everybody pretty much equal that way as long as they're not an Eagles fan. But
we harassed your dad a little bit here or there about
being a Green Bay fan,
but that's just because, well, it's easy to to pick on Green Bay, but yeah, I don't know. I think we all get some humor and some jokes, and some people carry it over.
Yeah, some people get carried away. We just have fun with it. I'll tease her about, the Cowboys will lose to somebody and be like, how'd they lose to them? And then you look at this year, what has happened with the Chiefs. We've lost to the Broncos once, lost to the Chargers twice,
Can you
lost to the Cowboys.
Can you remind me how they lost to the Broncos?
Leaving that alone.
Crickets?
Hey, you know what I said 2 years ago? If the Broncos ever got a solid quarterback, they would be something brutal. And guess what?
Yeah,
they got a decent quarterback.
So who's going to the Super Bowl? Because I don't keep track of all that unless my guys.
I don't bet on or against the Broncos, so they're completely out of it. But something tells me they're liable to make it there. On the AFC side, NFC, I don't know, because NFC's weird. Like your team's eliminated with a winning record this year. Normally, the NFC, it all ends up down to wild cards and playing losing record teams. So I haven't paid that much attention this year. When I wanted to watch the game, which was today, I couldn't get it on anything.
Let's see. We're going to go ahead and wrench you, Dale.
Yeah, this year has been a rough year. I've been a Chiefs fan since I was a little kid. So, I'm not one of these bandwagoners that jump team to team. I was born and raised in Colorado and have never been a Broncos fan. Cowboys, you know, they're the All-American team, so, you know, I always kind of root for them. But Chiefs have always been my team since I was probably about 6. So.
Give me a second. I'm trying to.
You want me to do it?
Okay. No, you know, when I get new folks, because we network a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I like to get to know their channel too. So.
Well, I went and subbed to them, like I always do. Someone new comes in and I automatically get a sub.
Yep. So, yeah, my biggest deal would be I need to open chat up again. Sorry, y'all. I am showing on my personal phone, so I'm actually watching chat on my business phone. Oh, good grief! Now it's misbehaving.
Yeah, see, I always tell people I don't care what team you root for, just don't be that bandwagoner that jumps team to team because this team's winning for this few chunk of years, and now this team is.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan since I was probably big enough to have a Cowboys shirt on. So quite literally from the beginning. So that would have been 82. But most certainly by the time I was age 4 or 5 years old, I definitely was. I don't know. I entertained. Oh, what football? I'm trying to think of the helmets. Is it the Bills that have the buffalo on?
Mm-hmm.
So I do like their graphic, but I learned really quick it was only their graphic, and it was because it was.
Of course, you know when you're looking at where the Cowboys won all their last chunk of titles, their contenders were Buffalo, Denver. You know, it was that rivalry, the Chargers. It was that rivalry, Raiders, that was over there in that little area.
Did Selena put in her update on Rylan?
Mm-mm.
I know she asked it and told her it was all right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it.
Are we moving? No, those are packages of purchased product that goes out this week. So,
yeah, this is 2 weeks of getting caught up because we had an urgent trip to Oklahoma to be there with our now 2-year-old grandson while his daddy worked and his mom had recovered from her surgery. And then Mr. had a health crisis that could not be delayed any further than it was. So, I mean, eventually we will be moving from this actual location. I learned a lot in the trip to Oklahoma this time. I learned if you don't have insurance, and Mr. does not.
well, that's just because it hasn't kicked in.
And that's because it hasn't kicked in. And got to find out whether that intercompany transfer is going to go through or not. If not, this is how we're going to pay our bills. It's how we've been paying our bills for about 2 weeks anyway. I've come to the realization that Oklahoma cares about its citizens. It really does. And the ones that are just there visiting. Mr. could end up with easily over $100,000 in healthcare bills. And between the state of Oklahoma and the tribes of Oklahoma, that's the native tribes, he doesn't have that expense. We just have the expense of me being there an extra week and everything that really entailed me being there. So, like, let's see, profits from the week before, those went to get me new inventory because I definitely didn't have inventory when I went, other than what I took because I only had, one cell?
Mm-hmm. One cell that averages out to about an hour and a half that you're actually selling on screen.
Right. And we're usually
'cause
on.
we're collabing, but
Yeah, because we're collabing. So it's anywhere from 1 to 2
Hi,
hours.
Mona.
Hey, Mona. Hey, Mona. I was over at Tuber Chat a little bit ago, and he distinctly mentioned you, and said he thought that he watched
a video.
a video of an unboxing,
Well,
or
not really an
but
unboxing.
maybe not an unboxing.
I haven't
but
heard it with volume because we were watching that and then we had to run over here. But in her videos, it's like a minute and so long. She's
Mhm.
going through all her quilting stuff
Mhm.
and all the fabric and stuff that she bought.
So, most certainly, no girl, that I appreciate you. I will definitely catch it and hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. We're trying to get back on track. It took upwards of, we'll say, about 48 hours to do 2 weeks worth of invoicing.
Packing.
Not 2 weeks worth of invoicing. It was a week's worth of invoicing, but the packing and invoicing for that off week. So we're just getting caught up. I actually didn't think I would do a live today, and then I realized that I scheduled it for 5, and I had folks in here, so we're just kind of having a chit chat at the beginning of the show.
She said she showed the big bag in the live and then showed fabric in new channel.
Oh, heck yeah, girl. I gotta get used to you having the other channel, so just know that.
I don't know if I've got the other channel.
I don't think so. I think that's while you were in the hospital, as far as when she came in and for her other channel. But if not, either way, I'll make sure you're connected with that channel as well. So yeah, a lot of it's just catch up. This is stuff I showed yesterday, and of course everything that I showed while we were in Oklahoma. This is everything for the last 2 weeks. It's all going out this week. So yeah, I mean, we're as caught up as we can be.
Awesome.
I appreciate you, Mona. Thank you so much. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? I did an unboxing of Lisa Fun Finds earlier. Here, I've got all of it here, but she was here, so I love doing live unboxings. A few things have come in. I went ahead and opened because it was needed. But this is what I got from Lisa. My latest package. It's a bunch of scarves, and then I did get a sunflower apron as well.
Yeah, Mona got a brick. I forgot about that because she ordered a lot of fabric, so it came in one of the vacuum sealed bags as a brick.
So these I'm going to use as long as it all. I have OCD, so
I like the idea. I think it'll make a neat curtain.
But I'm making curtains, so this part's going into my stash of scarves for a curtain I'm making, or curtains. So I got a window there. I'll have one there. But essentially a dowel rod, and you just keep adding scarves to it. It's an easy, You bought
dogs from Lisa.
Oh, I bet they're cute. I've honestly, I mean, I have a lot of favorite sellers for various reasons. There's certain people I'll go to for certain things because of the quality and they know what they have, type of thing. It's not a question. But Lisa, as far as a variety of things, she's definitely in the number 5. I can't say she's number 1, y'all. I can't do that for anybody, but I don't want anyone to think I'm putting anyone above anyone else because I don't do that. But definitely in my top 5 resellers I love getting stuff from. Whether it's personal resale or gift. So there's that one. This one's really soft. It feels like rayon. And then there's this one. So they're very big. These are probably furniture scarves. I don't care. So
Yeah, but that's what you're actually looking for to
Yeah.
make curtains, is like furniture scarves.
let's see. There's so much you can do with the scarf. You can make it a head scarf. Yeah, no, that didn't work out. I didn't tighten it hard enough. So, but I mean, that's cool. So, and then this one, this, goodness, at least it wasn't breakable, right? And then this,
Mona says that'll be pretty as a curtain.
this is the apron I got. Of course, I got it because of sunflowers, but there's a rooster or hen on it. It's a hen because there's little ones underneath her. So yeah, I don't know. The week's gonna go. I've got to check in with my clubs because I know one's traveling, and everybody I think is getting as ready as they can be for the holiday. So I got to make sure we're all gonna be where we need to be. Thank you, Lena. I love it. I do. Typically, I sell aprons faster than I can hold on to them, but this one I'm gonna keep. Lisa did me a solid several weeks ago. She was going to visit her mama. She's down there in Texas, and her mama lives where my parents met. And let me see if I can find it. I want to show y'all something. It's not for sale, just FYI, but it's in stellar condition.
I don't know where we put it.
You don't. Oh, y'all remember those wall calendars, the material ones that could be on a sack of flour type of, but it has the calendar and da 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 da. I picked one up, but it's 1981. It's the year I was actually created. I know weird talk like that, but it was the year I was conceived, and it was the year that my parents met, and so. And it's stellar. There isn't a thing wrong with it. Typically, those are wore out. There's condition issues whatsoever. I located one in Oklahoma for $1, and I was like, that's going home with me. So, yeah, y'all. You know, the holidays are here. People are gonna be driving or coming in or whatever here, there, and everywhere, and everyone's anxiety or stress levels are just a bit higher than they should. So I'll definitely do my best to be mindful of all of that. The holidays, I can get in the season, but it's hard not to get in my head. So, I just kind of roll with it and all that good stuff. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing the 24th. I imagined 2 weeks ago that we'd be traveling. However, given everything the way it is at the moment, and then pending first of the month responsibilities, Mr. and I are going to be staying in the Flint Hills for Christmas. It is what it is. It's interesting because my son, that's the law enforcement officer, he works all the way through to Christmas. And I asked him earlier, I told him we'd just revisit it, see if we can't meet somewhere halfway, so at least I can give him his Christmas and my grandson's Christmas. But, There's some people that are struggling a lot harder other than trying to figure out how they're going to get their Christmas. It's right here. Christmas to everybody. You know, some people don't have anyone to celebrate with. I'm not bringing that attention out. I'm just very aware that it's actually a thing. So, so yeah, it's Christmas theme. It's on burlap. All the colors there. There's no fading. It does need cleaned right here, but I can definitely tell it'll come out. Um, and that's my best guess is it rubbed up against something. You know, my grandma, she has. Let's see. She's got one that was custom made in. It would have been the late '80s. I'm trying to do the math in my head for some of my cousins. They had one made with the kids' photos on it, and you know she had one in the kitchen for the longest time, and I imagine that's probably where this one was, just given what it looks like. Um, looks like I don't know, maybe frosting or something on there, but I thought it was cool. And in the shape, I typically don't see them. Even in antique malls, I don't usually see them in this good of condition. Thank you. It's amazing what I located this year without even looking for it. That brought me joy. That's the thing when I'm outsourcing, whether it's personal or for someone else. You know, if it doesn't spark joy, if it doesn't spark something to that degree, I just leave it. And this one definitely, I was like, maybe it's a sign. I don't know. Maybe that's wishful thinking. But that's just how I get through the holidays. Sorting during the holidays is definitely one of those iffies. My mom loved Christmas. So, you know, it's just finding the balance before getting in a bunch of people's way or whatever. So, I guess that's what I like about sourcing for customers is it's not the same, but when I pick something up, I imagine, you know, it bringing joy to somebody. So, y'all, I think we're gonna close out. Lena, any word on Shadow? I'm definitely be keeping Shadow in prayer and you, because Lord knows, you know, mamas, mamas are on call always, right? I mean, not respectfully, but you know. So I'm gonna write this down, y'all. Why? Because I got this thing where if I don't write it down, sometimes I go back and I try to think who was it that you know. So Shadow and Lena. Prayers for patience and healing. Because I know with mine, um, when they're dealing with anything, it's hard, you know, to cope sometimes with a fall or anything unexpected. And then Selena put in for Rylan, yes?
I think so, yeah.
Rylan, Selena, Stevie, family. And that way I'll just look at my notes if I can't, you know. I'll be like later, what was it about? Um, but I mean, I've already said prayers, but I've got a way I pray at night as well. So I don't know if it all matters, but I think it brings comfort in knowing that you're being thought of and you're not alone. So Dale, are there rules here? There are. And can we sell stuff? Can you sell stuff? The answer would be if it's in your capability to. I would most certainly let you know that you definitely need a crash course if you haven't already, in knowing how to invoice and be able to do the shipping part. For me, I do pirate ship right now. We're getting ready to switch to a new shipping company. Um, I had someone thankfully reach out, and they had they did the footwork for me, and so a lot of it's just making sure that it's the right fit for what we do, and that you know we are getting the best rate for everybody. Because yes, shipping prices are cray cray. However, you know, I'm gonna take you, Lena, since you're active here in chat. Lena is way north, up in the northern states from me. I'm in Kansas. If I was to purchase something from Lena, and I have before, and I'll tell you something else. Typically, by the time I'm doing my unboxing from Lena, um, the items I purchase from her, unless it's a personal buy, it typically sells during that live unboxing. I'm not even kidding. Um, and certainly no more than 24 hours, unless I have to wait to show the item. Most certainly, when I source from Lena, she don't necessarily know it right because it's just, you know, I'm another fellow reseller. Um, but I don't know. I'd say depending on what I have sent to me, my average shipping for from Lena to me is anywhere. We'll say the average is $8 to $15, and that's a high for the 15, y'all. Um, Depending on the weight, the size of box, that really does make a difference as well. Um, guess what? I can't drive to Michigan or Indiana or any of the northern states for $15 and source those items. So most certainly, purchasing from them saves me a great deal of money. Now, shipping does add up. So most certainly, you know, the biggest thing if you're new to the auction world as a buyer is get to know your resellers. A lot of them, um, everybody does everything different. Everybody invoices differently. Some people don't invoice until, we'll say, every 2 weeks or once a month. Some people will tell you they're not invoicing for 10 days and they invoice you that night. It's happened. Um, let's see. What else? You know, just getting to know your resellers. If you want to sell on YouTube, definitely connect with other channels. I will tell you, YouTube is virtual, but it rolls the same way as in brick and mortar. You know, some buildings they look prettier. Um, you know, it the auction world, it can be fun, but it can be very hard too.
YouTube can be a very rough.
And YouTube can be a very rough and unforgiving place. Meaning, as long as you have a channel, you know, you can create some havoc, or you can use that energy and put it to positivity. And I certainly try my best to bring positivity. Like at the beginning of this show, I definitely was. My attempt was to keep things kind of flat, neutral, whatever, or maybe positive. And I'm going, wait a minute, we're not having a sale this evening, and not that's a back porch event, meaning pretty much everything's on the table. It can be discussed, but it's a good time to remind a few, mostly lurkers. Those are people that don't necessarily come into active chat, or they catch the replay, and remind them of the etiquette of my channel, which is when I'm live selling versus when I'm not. When it's just a chit chat or back porch event, we can pretty much talk about anything as long as I have those disclosures in there, if that makes sense. Can people block anyone if they are bad? The short answer is yes, Dale. I will tell you. I probably have a pretty crowded invisible box. That's what I call it. Mine's probably crowded. There's a lot of reasons people can find themselves there. Some people just don't know how to be positive and support channels. They come in misbehaving for a number of reasons. Maybe they're not just really used to being in a live on YouTube. And I'm not even talking the sales part of it. And you could give them warning after warning. You can drop them emails and tell them, hey, this behavior is just not the type of behavior meant for our channel, right? And you try to give people chances. Some people, you just got to put them in the invisible box and leave them there for a while, because it doesn't keep them from still watching. It just keeps them from coming in and disturbing the channel and chat. I will tell you, the hardest for me to block is people who I called a friend. That's not any direction for anybody. That's just general. Some people will come in.
Miguel says I'm new and want to do good.
Oh. Yeah, and it's a learning curve. You're not going to get it all right.
So if you're wanting to build your channel, Dale, let me go drop some links.
Drop some links, Mister. Mister's going to drop some links, Dale. However, if after this live or at any point you can go to my actual community page, that's the home screen. If you scroll down, I do have people featured. Anyone featured on my channel, I believe, is stand up. Everybody can have more than one side of them. Certainly, this year has shown me that. You think you get to know someone, and things start falling apart. And usually it's about when I just kind of continue on my path. I try to stay in my lane. Certainly for me, growing my channel requires me to be connected to Tuber Chat. His name is Kevin. His chats can run like highways. Depending on how many people are in there, what is going on in chat, what's going on the screen. He has a Connect and Grow channel. And I don't know, I think he was live still.
He's off.
Is he off now?
Yeah, because that's why.
Okay. There are a few tools you would need if you're not familiar with reselling or selling, period. You definitely don't want to jump into the deep end without the tools, being able to weigh your items, having the supplies. These supplies are not free. They do cost. They're part of my overhead expenses. It's not something I pass on to my customers. Depending on the size of box, you're looking at anywhere from 75 cents to well over $2. Some of them are even $3 or more. And why? Because I can't buy in bulk, so I have to buy it as I go right now, and that's okay. It gets mundane sometimes because one store may be out of supply, so you have to go to another store. For us, we live outside town, and we live 200 yards off of Fort Riley to the east. So if you look up the Big Red One or Fort Riley, Kansas, if you look to the east of their boundary, that's where we're at. And what else, mister? Supplies. Because that's what really catches a lot of people is,
Yeah, the supplies.
is
shipping supplies get
There's-
out there.
yeah, shipping supplies. Matter of fact, we just re-upped on shipping supplies. That was enough to cover the orders we had, plus a few boxes. Not a whole lot of boxes, y'all, just saying. And it cost us $70 this time. Usually it's 40 to 60. So, you know, having poly bags, that's a good one to have. I don't necessarily like shipping in them. But we'll take, for instance, this. Sometimes we'll take 2 boxes, or we'll take 2 orders. No, these are.
Oh, what are you doing?
I didn't realize that wasn't taped on the bottom.
Yeah, be careful.
I got it. I caught it with one arm, dude. Cool. I didn't realize you hadn't taped the bottom of that box.
Yeah, no, because remember that was
So
the
it
last
shifted.
one last night. You're like, hey, we forgot this one.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah. So it was just to get the weight on it.
Yeah, it was just to get the weight. So take this one and this one. If they have the same contents, it's cheaper to ship in this versus this. Why? Because of size.
To a point.
To a point. Not everything that you put in a bag or
So-
make appear like a bag.
So we do all of ours. The question is it better to charge one flat rate for shipping and handling? So we've got one of our, because Dawn does like her pocket pleasers off.
All right. So that's a 2. That's not an easy answer, and I'll explain why. Give me a second. I'm looking for one of my jewelry boxes. Let's
you
see.
need one of the.
You know what? We're just going to use this for instance, okay? This would go inside.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, or something a little bigger. So something this size, or something that a box like this, but that this would fit in inside a poly bag. So yeah, that right there. These ship for the same cost. Typically, except for 2 states. One of them is the state of Washington and one other state has the highest shipping costs, regardless of how you ship it.
How I usually package stuff like the boxes
Right.
is they'll end up in a bubble bag. And
Not
then-
that big.
Not this big, but this is the only one I've got handy. They end up in a bubble bag, and then usually I seal off that one and it goes inside another bubble bag and I send it. Because I've got the jewelry packed tight inside that box. There's all your structure. It can take a pretty good beating without a problem. That's
The
the
only
most frustration.
exception with that is if it's precious.
Right. Then it goes.
If it's precious
Then it ends
metals.
up in this and ends up in usually in the center of something like that. In the
Right.
center of like a 6x6.
It really varies on, a lot. Flat rate shipping. I love flat rate shipping. I actually like if a free shipping me as a buyer. What I'll tell you is you have to be careful with that. There are some people here on YouTube, they'll tell you from this poundage to this poundage, regardless of the size of box, I will ship it for this amount. Guess what? I can't compete with that because I can't lose half of my shipping. I can't pay for half of someone's shipping.
So if this box, the box wouldn't be there if the boss was in the middle of it.
I know the boss loves her box.
This box here weighs 12 pounds, and one of these bigger boxes, like a 15-inch box, like this, weighs the same weight. This actually is cheaper to ship than the small box.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We've had
weird.
that. We've had that happen a couple times.
And it really makes no sense other than, I guess they figure that size of box, the bigger the box, they can go on the bottom of a stack versus something this heavy would normally go on the top and fill in the stack, and they're actually having to put it lower. So,
see, back last year, I know at some point it would have been, I don't know. This year's been weird, and it's been more difficult for us this year than previous years.
And yes, it's a lot to learn, and you learn all the time.
A lot.
Shipping is a curve.
We've learned our shipping and how we package. We've actually learned by those that send their packages to us. We've also learned who not to buy from because they quite literally, it could be something very fragile.
And they'll just toss it apart.
And they'll throw it just like this in a poly bag, nothing to secure it.
So what I normally do is this 11 by 7.5 by 5.5 inch box fits perfectly down inside of one of these with about a half-inch gap all the way around. So what I do with something really breakable is this is the size of box that's going to be seen. I put it in this, and then I wrap this with bubble wrap and go right down in the box. So you're basically creating those cushion boxes that you see a lot of Chinese stuff come in the containers. And, you know, I've had really good luck at not getting the piece shattered by doing that.
We've had a few things happen with carriers, and it don't matter
boxes
which.
Run over, tire marks on them.
But the reoffender, as far as carriers,
that's rough is USPS.
It's the postal system, honestly. Not just me as a buyer, but me as a reseller as well. I can assure you, at least the last 18 months, used to be back in the day when something happened during shipment, the carrier would put a sticker on it stating that that package was damaged during shipment. Last year, half of the contents of my shipping box were destroyed. And
half of it was missing.
And half of it was missing. Whoever decided, probably over there in Kansas City, but who knows, it could have been another distribution center, decided to put more tape on the box. I had glass shards in between the tape and the box, and no sticker, nothing. When I seen that box in my locker, I immediately started taking pictures because I knew it was damaged. That box contained 90% was antiques. I had one item that survived. Everything else was destroyed. I have reached out to my reseller that I made a purchase from. It actually took me 3 days to reach out to him.
Because it was her mom's estate.
For 2 reasons. One, YouTube is unforgiving at times. And the other reason is because the items that were sold to me were family heirlooms that they were finally ready to let go of. And so it did, I I wasn't sure if I should say anything, not, so I just prayed about it. And the third day, um, I sent him an email and 32 photos. 32. From the point I opened the locker, pulling it out to us getting home, the condition of the box all the way around to unpackaging it. And of course, the reseller knew what they had packaged and how they had packaged it. And I think she was probably the 7th or 8th photo in. She's like, Steph, there are things missing. This is something I put in there for the crush room, and da 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 da. That's the other thing. Um, you know, if you can't trim a box down, and you have even 2 inches of space, you've got to put something in there. Because I can assure you that shipping box is going to be damaged when your customer receives it otherwise. Thankfully, I don't have many of those that happen to me anymore, but once in
The
a
one
great
that usually
while.
comes in kind of mangled on the top is usually from Giovanni. But
Not usually lately. I've only got one from him.
Well, it's usually though it depends on what's packed in it. I mean, if we bought a whole bunch of like medicine and stuff for the little guy, you know, and they're just, you know, they're packaged just like you'd receive it any other place in the mail, you know, if you ordered from Amazon or whatever. And, you know, the box kind of takes the punishment, and that's kind of the idea. Is the box is supposed to.
Yeah, I'm just going to do an unboxing here. So,
Who's that one?
This one came from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Any of y'all still active in chat know who this came from? So I don't show labels. 2 reasons. I'm a military mother ×2, and I also have a son who is also a soldier in the military. So I don't show my address.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm a reseller. Yes, my business is registered in the state, so it wouldn't take anyone long to figure out my address. But I don't want it plastered out there on a public platform. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something else. The unboxings we've learned from. Like, I'm not sure if Lena is still here. She's got a lot going on with her daughter this evening. So,
just keep the flaps down. There's a piece of dead space.
So there was paper in there. So for the dead space, like I told you. Honestly, I don't remember what I got from him.
Might be glass coming from him.
A good possibility it's glass coming from him. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. My channel's all about learning what to do or what not to do. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. These are salt and pepper.
Yeah, I think it just lost the stopper out of that one. I've heard something before.
Well, if it did, it did. You'll understand why here in a minute. So, my youngest, when he went to basic training, was during the peak of COVID. And his mail home was pretty much positive, except for one. And that was the point that every person breaks while they're becoming Army strong or any other branch. Y'all just give me a second. I cluttered my desk. Would you believe that?
Oh, no, you're looking for the knife? It's because I had it last.
Okay. I was just looking for the black.
It's not an extremely sharp knife, so be careful.
But, like, for Lena...
Mona, I'm back.
Hey, girl. Welcome back. Lena... I pay attention for the most part when people do unboxings for me. I don't always see the notifications for them. Can be for 2 reasons. A, Steph's really busy. That's not a cop-out. It's the truth. And B, someone didn't tag me in it in some way, so I didn't see it. Other times, life's just overbearing, and it takes me a while to get caught up, and that's where I'm at with any channel I'm with right now as far as if they do unboxings for me or not. I think I got most of them caught up, meaning thumbs up, watched all the way through, and left a comment. I've got maybe a handful of those I still need to do. Here is another salt and pepper. This is a set. It comes with something else, so give me a second, y'all. Anyway, my youngest soldier in combat boots, he wrote home. No, I didn't read it, but his dad kind of filled me in on it. Was the part where, you know, they went from boy to not just a man, but to a soldier. And so in that letter, it said that basic training was like using icy hot as lube and cactus as, okay. And yes, we've always been open with our kids as far as communication, And so this arrived. It's been here since this week. So it arrived either Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what caused the delay with the carrier, but I'm sure they had a good reason. And this came from Touch of Glass. Touch of Glass. And that is Touch. Mister, are you still in chat?
Yeah.
Would you mind?
No, I can go find him.
Can you find Touch? Drop his link in. I think that was the only thing. And he wrapped all 3 pieces individually, and it arrived in a 6x6. Why? Because he wrapped it well. You know, everything's a learning curve. I will tell you, as far as our shipping and some of the things we do for our shipping, say pool noodles. Yes, there's a reason to use pool noodles. That's a story for another day. I actually started following businesses that were selling on eBay and Mercari and Posh, and I could just list them. I watched how their content is showing from the purchase to packaging that item, because obviously those items can and usually do set not for just days or weeks but months in their inventory. And so, you know, watching what they've used and how they've adjusted as they've learned, and it's saved us a lot of heartache on maybe shipping multiple packages, because say there was multiple large pieces of glass versus maybe just having a bigger box. Typically I ship in nothing bigger than a 17, let me read it down.
1711 by 12.
A 17 by 11 by 12. However, I've been flirting with boxes that are 22 by 13 by 15. That is the medium-sized red box from Walmart. And you can ship a lot in it. Yes, it costs a little bit extra. But I'll tell you, it's actually cheaper to ship in one of those boxes than 2 17 by 11 by 12s. And out of that $70 of packaging materials that I have left as far as boxes, this is all I've got left of boxes. And these boxes cost, I think it's $1.16 each. It might be $1.26 now. The price just keeps steadily climbing. That I recycle. Now I will tell you, we met some 2 great fellas over there in Kansas City last year. I think it was just before Thanksgiving. And we were given some advice as far as YouTube when it comes to learning your resellers. And that advice was, if someone's new to you, it doesn't matter if they're selling with someone that you know, right? Because that's actually two separate businesses. They're just collabing together for that sell. Purchase one item. If that person says, hey, and I'll go with mine, hey, I invoice on Fridays after my Friday sale. Buy one item from them. See if they ship. See how they ship their items. You know, it's cheaper and less frustrating to. This isn't for sale, just saying. This is my neighbors in combat boots next door. When I say next door, I literally mean next door, but quite literally, I mean the boundary line. It's cheaper to purchase this and have it shipped and find out that that person is shipping it in a poly bag unprotected than it is to, say, get $50, $100 into an invoice and find out that that person doesn't have the capability of shipping an item to you properly. I've had breakables, quite literally. I'm not going to disclose who it was because that's unimportant. Do y'all know when you go to, we'll say Walmart, okay? The chip boxes for the small bags of chips, I had multiple breakable items shipped in a package like that. That was the only protection it actually had was a chips box. It actually took me a minute before, thankfully nothing was broke. But it took me a minute to, I let that person that were new to YouTube, I let them get familiar with how to ship before I ordered from them again. And I'll tell you.
And the next time we ordered, it came in perfectly.
Yeah.
They learned
it. What? I waited about 2 months or whatever, maybe 3, until I knew that they had a little bit more experience under their belt, so to speak. Because they're great. They're a great reseller. They're fun. They're very compassionate. They have passion in what they do. But you know, if you've never done this before, and you don't have someone to give you some guidance, I mean, there'll be enough people out there offering to give you that guidance. But if you don't know, you're going to have a learning curve. I think everybody has a learning curve. There have been definitely certain moments throughout the time I've had this channel where I asked myself, was it worth it? If everything I put into it, if it really matters. And when I ask that, I usually take a step back and I look at why I'm even questioning that. It has been a difficult week for me. Personally, right? And it's just bleeding over into my business side. Are we learning and adjusting and overcoming? There's always that room for grace. We had last week, not this last week, it was the week before. It was the third to last show of the week. When we get a call that Mimo, that's my name for my favorite person in the world to call me, and Papa for Mister. We were needed, so we dropped everything we were doing. I packed enough inventory. It should have been enough for us to have the last sale of the week while we were gone and be back in time to do everything I needed to do, both invoicing, packing, and all that. And it didn't happen that way. Instead, it ended up with invoicing for cost of goods without the shipping line, because life happens in real time for us, as it does for a great many people in the world. And you know, sometimes you don't have control over the fact that the rest of your orders are 6 or so hours away. So, good night, Mona. So, yeah, on the shipping part of things, most certainly, you know, if it's jewelry, I will tell you, other than 2 states, depending on the weight of it, a single piece of jewelry packaged correctly will ship to most states for less than $6. If you do flat rate shipping without knowing their address, you know, we're gonna, hey, this is, you know, $6. That's gonna take $6 to $7 in shipping alone, just so you know. Whereas, yeah, it's just a learning curve. So, you know, a lot of it is just being consistent. Definitely learning the basics. Knowing the right places to go. You know, Steph don't have it all. I am still very much learning. I have a handful of channels I could reach out to, absolutely. Some of them are most genuine, and others, I definitely would be asking, you know, what I owed them for their time, type of thing. So, you know, it's a give and take. A lot of it, I can tell you, can just be found just by YouTube searches. And I've certainly done that. There's a lot of how-to out on YouTube. You know, and the way we packed last year may not necessarily mean the way we packed this year. You know, in the beginning, $1 a shipping box you would think would be enough. But depending on the carrier, you know it's going to have to be box inside a box no matter what. So, yeah, it's just, you know, immersing yourself in that. But I'll tell you, for us, has it been worth it? The jury's still out on that. But I'll tell you, the connections, the genuine connections we've made here on this platform have been worth it. Is that a fair assessment, mister?
Fair assessment.
You know, a lot of it is taking the personal out of it, no matter how hard it is, and realizing that someone else's behavior is not a reflection on you. And it's, you know, wherever they're at that moment. It's taking a step back when you need to. Apologizing when it's appropriate. You know, someone once told me in the early days of my channel, Steph, you can't be liked by everybody. And they weren't just making a statement, because that was never my aim. But just know that, you know, anyone coming into this platform creates waves. Some people will want you on their bandwagon because you're like-minded. Others will want you on there because of the audience you can bring. And I think that's a fair assessment across the board on that one. You know, it's let's connect and grow, regardless if I'm a business channel or on my private channel, which, I mean, I took that one down last October, not this year, last year, because it was hacked. So yeah, YouTube's just a learning experience, and there's a lot of channels that only have, we'll say, under 50 people, but they're great channels, and they're learning how to grow their own channel and their own niche if they have a niche. Not everybody does. So yeah, you know, yeah, definitely. When I was born, my great great grandmother was still living. Now, she died before I reached the age of 6. But my great grandmother lived long enough to see all my children born. And the one true thing with each generation before me is they really instilled, just treat people the way you want to be treated. And I certainly do my best to do that, to a fault sometimes. I actually told Mister the other day, because I was frustrated with some stuff, that treating people the way I want to be treated has made me a doormat. And I still feel that's true. Uh, you know, but that's anywhere in life. It doesn't have to be on the platform. Some people are only going to be your cheerleaders because of what they can get. Period. End of story. And others, some people, they take a while to warm up. They want to see, uh, are you evolving and you're just growing, or are you, you know, whatever. And it can be hard to distinguish. Um, I've had friends in real life, meaning off the screen, who have struggled, um, in different areas of their life for multiple reasons. So it's not just one person. So if anyone's catching the replay, just talking in general there. But where YouTube has, um, gave them a reason. Gave them a reason for getting up in the morning, given them a reason to, um, venture out, whether it's out of their home, because some people don't leave their house very often. Um, it's given them a new lease on life, so to speak. So there's a lot of good that can happen on YouTube, most certainly. Um, you know, so it's just figuring it out, and sometimes a lot of the time, um, people just got to figure out got to figure it out on their own, right? Um, Not everything that looks like sugar is sugar. It's something my grandmother instilled in me years ago when she was teaching me a recipe. Is just because it looks like sugar doesn't mean it is. Um, and the same thing goes with life. So you know the don't even know what that was. Oh, I seen something fall. It's just weird. Let me see. Okay, it's part of that. So. The one thing I think I try to tell most people is, if you look up the Gross Bargain Emporium, I think it speaks for itself for the most part. Um, but past that, I am human and I don't always get it right. what I do, try to do, though, is do the right thing. And I try to do that even when people aren't watching. So, stay true to who you are. Don't change for others. Evolve, but don't become someone you're not. Don't force something that's not meant to be. Use caution, even with me. A lot of people don't know me from Adam, and they shouldn't. But most certainly, just because we'll say another content creator, say they're having a rough day, but 364 days the year they're fine. Someone might only tune into them on that one day where it's a rough day, and they may never come back for whatever reason because that creator's having a rough day. It's hard to be live and to be authentic and to be real when life happens in real time. But it's the only way I know. It's the only way I know to be. So definitely, if you go back and you look through any of my content, I will certainly tell you there was moments where I cried this year. Some of it good, some of it just because, emotions were very high and overwhelming, and I was learning to adjust in real time. A lot of that was personal, but it was hard to shield it from my business side of things. But the right people that are meant for you, meant for your channel, they're gonna find you. And one rough day, 2 rough days, they're gonna see past that, and so definitely stay true to who you are. Definitely the one thing I would recommend is get content on your channel. Mr. just did recently. It was on our trip down to be with our grandbaby while his mama healed and his dad worked. And Mr. just climbed over to 52?
Yeah.
And you crossed 52 day.
Right. Yeah, after it was dark, so.
Yeah. You can't even what?
Go and do content like I was planning.
Oh yeah, because it's dark.
Yeah. But
tomorrow we could.
Yep.
So. Well, yeah, I don't know how long we've been on here. Over 2 hours. Yeah. Hey, we got 20 thumbs up. Seriously, thank y'all. For real. Mister, would you go ahead and drop Tuber Chat?
I already did.
Have you dropped the source?
Yes. Yeah, I did all that when
I'm
told
trying.
them if they want to grow their channel.
Drop Crafty Witch 232. Did you drop Mona's?
I did not.
Would you please drop Mona's? Y'all, I'm going to come out of active chat for a minute. I need to look at my channel because my brain I'm still getting caught up from everything. Let's see. View channel. My featured sections are going to be changing, y'all. It'll still be great content, but I think for my channel, I want to make a bigger impact as far as who's featured. So the 2 things that will stay period in the story as far as featured is my collabs, because I collab with Don's channel and Finding Treasure 7. That's his handle that way, y'all. So if you looking him up, it's the @ finding treasures with the number 7 all together. Those are the 2 clubs I have that are every week. And then I have some members auctions that I have that I've been doing for, well, over a year now, right? We was clubbing with the ladies and with the guys last year this time, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, so well over a year. And that's Janine's. That's the Tool guys. So Tool guys, I mentioned them earlier. Yarnigan, Don Southern Finds. They can be found there. But as far as supporters, those who will hit the thumbs up, will help with watch hours as much as they can in their own busy lives. That would be Crafty Witch 232. She networks while she's live. You can definitely connect with others there. She does a lot of crocheting content and other things. She does 3D. There's Lori Stories and Crochet. There's Greenland Quilter Katie. She is a great supporter. We're a hit or miss, me catching her live or her catching me live. Part of that is time zone difference, but we do catch each other live, just not as much as we have in previous months. Mona Did What? Definitely want to be connected with her. Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter, she's connected with Mona Did What. I love Deb. I love her energy. There isn't a whole lot, she's a great channel and a great supporter. Jessica Dumpster Girl, drop her link, babe, please. The hardest lady I know working on YouTube. Great supporter. She gets people shared out. She hits those thumbs up. Most of the time she is active in chat throughout. No matter where you find her. She's a great channel to be connected to.
Don said, howdy. Hi, everyone.
Our Dawn?
Yes.
Hey, Dawn. I'm on my community page right now because we're connected. So y'all, Dawn, if you're unfamiliar with her, she's the one I was mentioning. She's active in chat right now. Whoop whoop. Sarah is up to 78. So she's another great channel. Brit Family Farm. Brit Family Fun. Her name's Yolanda. And there ain't enough positive things I could say about her channel. Just trust me, connect with her. I do typically connect with her, I'd say at least every other day, if not daily, until everything happened recently. So I'm kind of out of sync with a few channels, but I'll get back up there. How's it going, Don? How was your sale, girl? We just kind of done a chit chat all evening here. I did an unboxing of Lisa's Fun Finds. I did one from Tooch. I have to show you this. So, it's salt and pepper, but as soon as you see it hit the stem, you'll obviously know why I picked this one. So I figured that definitely would go with our Oklahoma home when it's meant to happen. Meaning, at this point, it's just going to happen sometime this next year. I know that. Let's see, what else? Go down. Yeah, Mr. You ain't going to drop your channel, are you? Here, I'll do it.
Normally the mod don't drop their own.
I know, the mod usually don't drop their own channel.
Usually Jessica drops mine and I drop hers.
I noticed that. I'm doing okay. I'd love to say I'm doing all right, but I'm okay with just doing okay tonight. We started the show. I wasn't sure what we were gonna do because I really wasn't prepared for it. I totally was over in Tuber chat and didn't realize that I'd scheduled it for 5 instead of 6. Not complaining, just explaining. And I went over to double check my time and I realized I had 4 people in chat. And I was like, oh, shoot, I need to go. So we came in hot. And then it hit me that we weren't really doing a sell. So I just kind of went over and reminded people of the etiquette on my channel as far as when it's appropriate to talk about certain things and when it's best to wait until, the end of the sale if we're in an auction. Just because, it does take the wind out of the sales. It doesn't just, at least for me as a seller, but I've been in chats when people come in and made announcements and seen half the audience disappear. And so there was that. I probably lost a few people out of chat from there. Because I might not have been. I mean, I wasn't like real firm with it as far as nasty, but I was probably a little less filtered than I should have been. So, hey Katie, hey girl, I was just talking about you. How's it going? How you feeling, hon? Now that I'm home and I could take a moment to breathe, how are you doing? I noticed you were live, or maybe it was an upcoming. Definitely making my ways around, y'all. A lot of it right now is just hitting the thumbs up. If I can stay in, a live chat, I do. But mainly right now, it's just, backseat support. Lurking, thumbs up. And that's just because. And I've got to text you when I'm done, Dawn, because I've got a question about tomorrow. So, but nothing rush or anything. I'm glad your cell was good, girl. Sorry I wasn't in there for a majority of it. I ended up with some phone calls, and then I ended up over on Tuber chat. Had Mr.'s channel featured. I'll link so I want people to see the content. He did break 50, FYI, so he is at 52 now. Mister, why don't you go ahead and drop Bob? Because Bob's another one that don't drop his link for nobody. But yeah, we had some new folks earlier. They might be still here, but asked if we're moving. And so we went through the whole, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's layered 5 up and at least 2 back. And that's shipments that'll be going out this week. So
Bob is recovering from food poisoning. That's not good.
Ooh. Oh, I feel for him. Yeah, that'll get it. That'll get it every time. My first case of ever food poisoning was from a Chinese joint up there in Colorado Springs. So that would have been back in '97. I thought I was dying. I had never felt that awful. I don't think. Well, I'm sure I had, but not to that level. Prayers for him. Write Bob down. So. So. Well, y'all, I'm going to ask one more time. I asked earlier, and no one seemed to chime in, so I watched it and play today over there on Tuber Chat. Kevin, you know how he, when he features a channel, sometimes it's hard to find that channel. So I had Mr. featured, and he could not figure out Mr.'s link. But then he remembered that on my community page, on the home page, that Mr.'s down there and he's featured. So he actually went in that way. Who needs watch hours? Who needs, let me see. I wrote them down earlier. Let me make sure I can find the page. Do any of y'all need followers, watch hours, things like that? Do y'all have goals that you're close to or you're just aiming for? But because the way I'm going to do my featured sections, I'm going to keep my clubs the way they are. I'm going to keep my moderators as far as listed. That way, you know, no matter where I'm at on YouTube, people know, oh, wait, Jessica is approved. All right, so whatever Jessica says pretty much goes type of thing, or Mr. or C Prods or S and so forth. But the rest of it, other than the collabs, I think the rest of it just kind of gets lost in the niches, because that's how I have them, is like the ag community, the crafting community. I know a lot of y'all are honing in on your goals. I know some of y'all got a ways to get there. Most of y'all are already featured, but and obviously people can come and go. You know, not everyone's going to click on the featured section, but if y'all are interested in being featured, if you haven't been featured, if you're not featured, I certainly don't mind either. And then past that, it just helps me know, do you need watch hours so I can put you on for the evening. I haven't been swapping playlists because obviously recent issues as far as personal life, but I need to get back into it. So I figured I'd start with my audience, if that makes sense. And if not, it's okay, y'all. I know Britt, Family Fun, is needing watch hours. I think she's less than 500 watch hours, and that was last week. So I'm not even sure where she is to her goal right now, but I do know she was needing watch hours. And that girl be hustling, y'all. I'm serious. Y'all, if you're not connected with her, she's a fun channel. She's a positive channel. She's real life, meaning she does not, if her kids are home, her kids are teenagers, I think. All of them are teenagers by now, as far as the younger ones. She doesn't mind, you know, while she's live in real time. addressing what she needs to with her kids. So yeah, if anyone's needing any of that, I could get you wrote down. And if not, it's okay. I'm going to throw someone on this evening. And so, let's see. I'm pushing buttons, so go figure. There, I'm in all messages. Maybe I'll save things now. So. Alrighty, y'all. I don't see any interest. If and then just getting watch hours, and that's okay. I'm not disappointed. I'm gonna do my random 25 pick. If y'all are familiar with that, it's how I'm getting new people in. So, and just randomly, it doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter the niche as long as they're a positive channel. I just do 25, so that's where I'm gonna be at this evening. Tomorrow I'm gonna start doing cards. Let's see. I think I mentioned earlier, so if y'all wasn't here, all packages will ship as long as obviously they've been paid for. I haven't been on PayPal to check to see because it's one less stress I need in my life right now. But there's going to be some extras. So misters haven't come in yet, but everybody that has participated in leaving positive feedback, positive comments over on Mister's content will be receiving a channel sticker from us this week as long as you've got a package. Otherwise, it should arrive as far as in an envelope around New Year's, maybe after, but somewhere around there. Let's see. I was thinking there was something else, but no. So, other than that, so. Alright, y'all. I think we're gonna just hit the off button. We're gonna continue. I've got to connect with my collabs and figure out what the schedule is for this week. Why? Because I need to make sure that, my week looks the way it's supposed to look. And if not, we'll adjust and overcome. And then we'll put it on the community pages. So, whichever. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hitting a thumbs up. Tomorrow it will be live somewhere. So definitely keep an eye. I know he has the link up, but that link was up before the email. So I have to verify, right? So it happens during the holidays, y'all. So it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and as long as you got a wrench, you can come back in anytime after the live. As long as the live chat replay loads, I think it can take up to 3 hours. I don't know. But as long as you have a wrench, you can go in. Anyone that's commented, you can click on the right of them. Three little dots come up. Click on it. Click go to channel, and you can connect that way. So y'all have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, and good night.